Good evening, and welcome to today's News Explainer. I'm your host, and today we're taking a really comprehensive, detailed look at the events shaping our world on June 21st, 2026. From high-level international diplomacy down to the shifting landscape of our own American workforce, we are going to unpack each of these developments step by step. We don't just want to tell you what's happening, we want to explore the broader context behind it all. Okay, let's dive into this rundown. Today, we are covering global and national politics, the economy and workforce, weather and emergencies, tech, education and travel sports, and wellness, and finally, a look ahead. Section 1, Global and National Politics. Now, what's really interesting here is the official resumption of U.S.-Iran diplomatic talks over in Switzerland. We've got officials from both nations sitting down, and they're zeroing in on regional security, economic policies, and absolutely crucial strategies for reducing conflict in the Middle East. You might be wondering, so what does this all mean for us? Well, analysts point out that these specific talks have a huge potential to impact global energy markets and overall international stability. It's exactly why financial markets across the globe are monitoring the situation so closely. Meanwhile, back home in Washington, D.C., lawmakers are locked in some intensely heated debates. They're tackling massive, everyday pillars of American life: government spending, border security, healthcare, and new infrastructure and tax proposals. Experts are noting that these specific debates in the Capitol, regardless of the final outcome, are highly likely to shape our future policies and heavily influence public opinion as we move deeper into the year. Section 2, Economy and Workforce. We're starting this economic overview with a direct quote from Federal Reserve officials right after their latest meeting. They stated, "Inflation has improved but remains an important concern. Because of this, the Fed has decided to just hold steady and keep interest rates unchanged for now. It's a really delicate balancing act. Businesses everywhere are watching their borrowing costs very carefully before making new investments, and Wall Street is being pretty cautious too, showing mixed performance as they digest the data." And this brilliantly illustrates the sort of mixed reality we're living in right now. On one side of the coin, consumers, you and me, are facing real pressure from stubbornly high housing costs, rising insurance expenses, and high food prices. But on the flip side, the labor market remains surprisingly stable. Companies are actively hiring, especially if you're in tech, healthcare, construction, or manufacturing. So it's a complex picture, right? A real financial squeeze on one hand, but steady job opportunities on the other. Section 3, Weather and Emergencies. Right now, we've got severe, active weather conditions across multiple states. We're talking heavy rain, severe thunderstorms, and some significant local flood risks. If you are in one of these affected areas, please continuously monitor those local weather alerts and be ready for rapidly changing conditions. We're already seeing major transportation delays and localized flooding out there, so take these advisories seriously and stay safe. Also, on the emergency front today, authorities out in Los Angeles have officially declared a local emergency after a massive warehouse fire. Fire crews worked tirelessly for hours to get the flames under control and, thankfully, prevented it from spreading into the surrounding community. The immediate danger is contained, but officials are still investigating exactly what caused the blaze, and some pretty extensive cleanup operations are fully underway. Section 4, Tech, Education, and Travel. Let's see how this builds on our earlier workforce discussion. We're really seeing the dual-sided nature of artificial intelligence, which is easily one of the fastest-growing industries in the US right now. Tech companies are pouring billions into AI, and while it's projected to totally transform healthcare, education, transport, and business, it's also creating an urgent workforce need. Automation is changing the game, meaning workers urgently need to pick up new digital skills to adapt to this shifting landscape. And that technological shift is showing up in our summer logistics too. Schools and universities are actively expanding their AI and career readiness programs to prepare students for all this. Meanwhile, airports are dealing with incredibly heavy summer vacation travel demand. Airlines are actually adding flights just to keep up, so if you're flying soon, definitely arrive early to avoid those disruptions. Section 5, Sports and Wellness. It is practically impossible to talk about American culture right now without talking about the 2026 FIFA World Cup. It is absolutely sweeping the nation. The tournament is packing stadiums to the brim, drawing millions of viewers at home, and truly cementing soccer as one of our fastest-growing sports. The energy is just incredible, and sports analysts are saying the sheer scale of this tournament could permanently boost soccer's popularity in America for generations to come. Alongside all that World Cup excitement, today was also International Yoga Day. Thousands of people across American cities stepped outside to celebrate with public events totally focused on exercise and mental wellness. It is a fantastic reflection of the ongoing push by health professionals encouraging daily movement and dedicated mental well-being for all of us. Section 6, Looking Ahead. So the crucial point is, the news cycle never really stops. In the coming weeks, you'll want to keep a close eye on a few key threads: the Federal Reserve's upcoming economic policy decisions, those major global diplomatic efforts happening in Switzerland, the ongoing domestic debates in DC, and, of course, the advancing matches of the World Cup. I want to leave you with a final thought today. Which of these evolving national and global events will most directly impact your community in the coming weeks? Because whether it's a changing labor market, severe weather, or shifting economic policies, these big macro events always find their way to the micro level. Thank you so much for joining today's explainer. Stay informed, stay safe, and have a great evening.